to fostering meaningful dialogue and driving actionable solutions for a more sustainable and resilient world. We also extend a warm welcome and gratitude to our knowledge partners, Ariel University, Israel, Institute of Public Enterprises, Hyderabad, Cyber Peace Corps, and GMA for their instrumental collaboration and unwavering support. The great institution is the one that provides a vivid platform for the students to grow and nurture in all phases of life. Nestled in the commercial hub of Delhi NCR, IPM Ghaziabad has been established a legacy spanning over 29 years of being a leader in education. Under the aegis of Lakshya Education Society, IPM has nurtured and cultivated the known talents of students in management, IT, education, and law, and has given the society leaders and stalwarts in their respective domains. Today, IPM Ghaziabad has emerged as an epitome of world education that ensures experiential learning and holistic development through value-based educational curriculum. In this journey of 29 years, IPM has achieved various milestones, one such being accredited with A grade by National Assessment and Accreditation Council (NAAC). These benchmarks wouldn't have been possible without the dream that was envisioned by our founder, Dr. V.S. Goel sir. He was a visionary who laid the foundation on the pillars of knowledge, wisdom, perseverance, and determination that provided a living and a learning environment where the students and the faculty members can all pursue their dreams. On behalf of the entire institute, we want to express our deepest gratitude for his exemplary leadership and vision. So his dedication to the betterment of the institute and society at large serves as an inspiration for all of us. And I'm sure Sir will be witnessing this event from above, and his blessings will always be a guiding light for us. Let's have a round of applause for such a visionary soul.
It's my utmost honor to welcome and introduce a management member who is indeed a backbone of this institution. Mr. Anupam Goel, Secretary, IPM Group of Institution, Professor Dr. Sugandha Goel, Executive Director, IPM Group of Institution, Colonel A.S. Malhotra, General Director, IPM Group of Institution, and Dr. Geeti Sharma, Director, IPM Group of Institution. Their unwavering commitment to academic excellence and institutional progress has been a driving force behind IPM's consistent achievement. With their sharp insights and leadership, they have ensured that IPM remains a hub of innovation, learning, and inspiration. Their unconditional support and guidance has fostered an environment that encourages creativity, collaboration, and excellence. Thank you for gracing the occasion with your valuable presence.
Let's have a huge round of applause for all our leadership divisions. They have been a constant support throughout.
As we commence this prestigious conference, we uphold a tradition that symbolizes knowledge, wisdom, and pursuit of enlightenment, the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. The lamp is not merely an object of illumination. It signifies the eradication of darkness, the triumph of knowledge over ignorance, and the light of collective wisdom that guides us towards a sustainable and a prosperous future. May the light guide us in our pursuit of academic and professional excellence. To mark the auspicious beginning of this event, we now invite our esteemed dignitaries to step forward and grace this occasion by lighting of this ceremonial lamp. so much, everyone.
I now request our dignitaries to please take their seats on the dais.
I now request our dignitaries to please take their seats on the dais.
Recognize and felicitate our esteemed dignitaries whose invaluable contribution has shaped this event and larger discourse on sustainability. Their vision, leadership, and relentless pursuits of excellence have not only inspired many, but also have played a crucial role in advancing in the fields of business, technology, and education towards a more sustainable future. To express our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation, I now request Executive Director, Dr. Professor Sugandha Goel ma'am, to facilitate Dr. K.T. Upadhyay sir, Professor and Chairperson, Center for Sustainability and CSR, Wimtech Noida, with the memento and a pastoral sapling as a token of respect and gratitude. Ma'am, please. Let's have a huge round of applause. This is time with McDonald. Now I request Director IPEM with the contributions of the Neetu Sharma ma'am, Facilitation, Professor Rashmi Gupta, Head and Professor CE Department, Netaji Subhash University of Technology, East Campus, Delhi, with a memento and a pastoral sapling as a token of respect and gratitude. Let's have a huge round of applause. Thank you. So I request Dean Academics, Dr. Shashank Chaudhary, sir, to please facilitate Dr. Ariel University, Professor, Field of Computer Sciences, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun, with a memento and a pastoral sapling as a token of respect and gratitude. Now we request Principal Education Department, Dr. Nishu Sharma ma'am, to facilitate Kaushal Kishore sir, Head Department of Education Studies, Jamia Millia, New Delhi, India, with a memento and a passport starting as a token of respect and gratitude. Let's keep applause a bit louder. Yeah, keep on going. I now request Head of the Department of the Application, Dr. Monica Dixit Bajpayee, to please facilitate Mr. Rahul Agarwal, Executive Director, GMA, with a memento and a press audience act. Applause here a little louder. Thank you, sir, ma'am, for this honor. Request you to please take your seat.
It's a multidimensional concept that ensures present generations can fulfill their needs without depleting the ability of future generations to do the same. In the age marked by climate change, resource depletion, and widening social and economic disparities, the significance of sustainability cannot be overstated. Environmental sustainability emphasizes responsible resource management, reducing carbon footprints, and protecting biodiversity. Economic sustainability promotes a long-term growth towards an ethical business practices, sustainable investments, and circular economies. Social sustainability ensures equity, inclusivity, and improved quality of life for all the communities. A commitment to sustainability today is not merely a moral obligation, but a necessity for securing a thriving, habitable, and equitable future for generations to come. In the present era, where sustainability is not just an aspiration but an imperative, even IPEM as an institute truly adheres to the ideology of the conference. And we have consistently cultivated a climate of sustainability within our campus through activities and initiatives like Unnat Bharat Abhiyan Cell, social extension of welfare activity that is Seva Cell, Environment Club, NSS to name a few.
Today, we bring together the brightest minds in business, technology, and education to engage in thought-provoking discussions, share pioneering research, and collaboratively chart the path towards a more responsible and inclusive future. Over the course of next 2 days, through this conference, we will delve into pressing global challenges, explore cutting-edge innovations, and examine interdisciplinary strategies that can accelerate our transition towards sustainability. Discoverance of intellect and expertise is not merely an exchange of ideas. It is a collaborative commitment to shaping a future that harmonizes economic progress with environmental and social responsibility. We are delighted to share that we have received an overwhelming response in terms of 300 plus extended abstracts and high quality full manuscripts across the globe, entailing researchers from Jahan University, USA, Iraq, Nepal, Morocco, Israel, to name a few. And we're elated to announce that certain abstracts have been critically reviewed by our internal and external reviewers, which are duly selected for our conference proceedings books published by Bloomsbury with ISBN number. Also, this conference gives immense opportunity to all authors to publish their work in journals of repute, which are Scopus and ABDC Index and UGC CAN listed. As we move ahead with the program, and it's time to introduce a person who has helped with us in and throughout this conference. As we gather here today to explore new horizons and conceptualize research ideas, we must acknowledge that an event of this magnitude is not possible without the able guidance of our leader, Dr. Geeti Sharma, Director, IPM Group of Institutions, who has not been a guiding light, but also a driving force throughout this journey. Ma'am is an IFT certified professional, bringing over 2 decades of distinguished experience in the education industry. Her experience and expertise spans in administration, teaching, student management, and research and development, with a proven track record in steering institutions towards excellence. She is a recognized editor, reviewer, and an author of numerous national and international journals. She has provided a practical direction, ensuring effective implementation of policies and procedures. She is a member of the Academy of International Business, Michigan State University, USA, and a steering committee member of the Indian chapter of Daughters of Thelmis International Network of Women and Business Scholars, Greece. She has been a torchbearer in the role of being the conference patron. It is with immense pleasure and gratitude that I now request Dr. Geeti Sharma ma'am to please take the dais for her inaugural address. Ma'am, please.
Morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, it is both a privilege and honor for me to stand before each one of you at the opening of this event, a much awaited event, in fact, the International Conference on Sustainable Future, a Global Convergence of Business, Technology, and Education, in collaboration with Ariel University, Israel, Institute of Public Enterprise, Hyderabad, GMA, and Cyberbase. So let us give a big round of applause for the conference itself. We are blessed and honored to have amongst us our distinguished panel of guests on and off the dais, Dr. K.K. Upadhyay, Professor and Chairperson of Center for Sustainability and CSR, BIMTech. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause. We also have with us Dr. Alok Agarwal, who is Professor, School of Computer Science, UPS, Dehradun. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. Professor Rashmi Gupta, Head EC Department, Netaji Subhash University of Technology, Delhi. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being this occasion. Professor Kaushal Kishore, Head of Department Education Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Thank you so much, sir, for joining in. Mr. Rahul Agrawal, Executive Director, GMA. He again deserves a very big round of applause for always supporting us in all our endeavors. Professor Dr. Sugandha Goyal, Executive Director, IPM Group of Institutions. Dr. Shashank Chaudhary, Dean Academics. So I think everybody here, a galaxy and of guests which is there on dais, deserves a thunderous round of applause. Thank you so much. So we are blessed to receive the heavenly blessings of late Dr. V.S. Goyal sir, who is the founder of IPM Group and who has been a guiding line and the man behind IPM. I would also like to pay my gratitude to the management members of IPM Group, as well as Dr. Karnal Malhotra, who has always supported us in all our endeavors, and without their unwavering support, we would not have been able to make this event possible. Thank you so much to the esteemed management members and our Executive Director, sir, Director General, sir, for supporting us in every endeavor of ours. I would also like to thank and extend my warm welcome to the esteemed session chairs, delegates, faculties, and students who have joined us from all corners of the country, not only country, but I think worldwide. And I sincerely thank you for being part of this remarkable event. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining it, and it really means a lot to us. Now, coming to the theme of this multidisciplinary conference, which revolves around the world's most pressing challenges and opportunities. And today, in this conference, in the next 2 days of conference, we are trying to chart a course that how all of us can unite and create a vision which we have all dreamt of, that is sustainable future.
So my dear friends, so when we talk, about sustainability, so sustainability now is not nothing which is something which we talk about as an aspiration. In fact, it has now become the duty and responsibility of each one of us to think about sustainability in all our endeavors, in all our gestures, in all our deeds, and whatever steps we take as an institute, as a business hub, as a technology gateway, or anything for that matter. So it is something which has to be taken care of, and everybody should now vision sustainability as something which should be part of everything which we are doing in our organizations. As we move ahead with the conference, so the conference is not just an exchange of papers. It is a celebration of the collective responsibility and an opportunity for each one of us. It is a reminder that sustainability is not something which can be achieved as a single person. It is something which is a multifaceted one, where all of us have a joint responsibility on our shoulders to make this world a better place. In the spirit of gathering, our gathering here today, which is not just, as I said, an exchange of ideas, it is a conference which represents the convergence of minds and expertise united by a shared vision of sustainable future. As we move through the sessions, discussions, and workshop, let us keep in mind, my dear friends, that all of us, we hold that piece of a puzzle, and we have to build the solutions that will shape the future for not only for us, for the generations to come. So the budding managers, as technocrats, as an entrepreneur, all of us have a duty to not only make this world a better place to live in for today, but we have a responsibility to make this world a better place for the generations which are going to come as well. Throughout the conference, you will hear a range of thought leaders, visionaries, and pioneers who have dedicated themselves to exploring the intersections of business, technology, and education. The words and insights would undoubtedly inspire us and will help us to take the knowledge gained and translate into action. So I think with the help of policy advocacy, with the help of entrepreneurial innovative initiatives and technological innovation, all of us can drive ourselves to the collective commitment of sustainable future. I'm very glad to share, as the anchors also said, that we received an overwhelming response from all across the globe. And finally, after a thorough review, we selected 200 plus papers, extended abstracts, which finally got a place in our Bloomsbury published conference proceedings also, which we'll be releasing very soon in the conference itself. I encourage each one of you to engage fully in the discussions which are going to happen today in full all the 8 tracks in fact, which are going to run in day 1, as well as all the 8 tracks which are going to run in day 2. So my dear students, friends, colleagues, delegates, all of us, let's sit down, right, and carve a path, right, which talks about nothing short of a sustainable future. So I think it's a celebration of how we all can make a better place. I would also like to share that as an Institute of Professional Excellence in Management, we continuously believe in endeavors where we try to give back to the society in whatever form we have, in whatever form we can. The anchors also talk about the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So as an institute, we are very actively associated with this Abhiyan itself, and we have taken the responsibility of nurturing 15 villages in and around Ghaziabad, starting from the financial literacy to making an awareness about cyber security, talking about women health and hygiene. So we have our student ambassadors and faculty ambassadors who have already channelized and navigated their path and how they are going to execute this in this particular year as well. So I think that's our bit of how we are contributing towards the sustainable future. So today in this conference, let us all pledge, right, and let us rethink the ways we are living, we are learning, and we are moving around. Right, the world now needs people who are not just self-centric, who not only the ones who just think about themselves, and rather the ones who not only think about themselves, but they think about their families, they think about their neighborhood, they think about the society and the society at large. So let us discuss all these things and let's take a pledge, right, that we all will,
give our bit to make this world a better place to live in. So that's what this convergence of technology, education, and management is all about. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining it. It really means a lot to everybody in IPM group of institutions. And I really look forward to kind of deliberations which are going to happen in the next 2 days. Really grateful to all the session chairs who have joined us from different parts of the country and very reputed institutes who have themselves staffed a niche in their respective areas. And of course, I'm very, very grateful to all the guests who have joined us and who are themselves, they have done something or the other in the area of sustainability itself. So with those words, I just wish all the best to everyone here and many congratulations to the conveners, co-conveners, organizing committee, faculty members, student volunteers. Without your support, we have not been able to see whatever we are seeing today. So thank you so much, everyone. All the best. May God bless us all. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you so much, ma'am, for those inspiring words. Your vision and dedication have set the tone perfect for the day. Thank you, ma'am.
Moving ahead, we are delighted to welcome and introduce Professor Dr. Sugandha Goel, the Executive Director of IPM Group of Institutions and a dedicated educationist. Driven by her passion for technology and innovation, ma'am has contributed to academia not only as an administrator but also as an educationist. Her approachable nature and an ability to connect with every individual makes her a respected and an inspiring teacher. It is an honor to have such an inspiring figure with us, whose dedication to the field of education continues to make a lasting impact. Ma'am exemplifies dedication and determination that ensures IPM remains a beacon of quality education and progress. I request ma'am to please come forward for the conference address.
Good morning. Let me come in my words. सुप्रभात. अभी भी है. अभी 12 नहीं बजे हैं और हिंदी तिथि के कैलेंडर के हिसाब से भी अभी अपराह्न नहीं हुआ है. Distinguished guests, respected scholars, esteemed colleagues, and dear participants, it is my great pleasure to honor to welcome you all for the Multidisciplinary International Conference, Sustainable Future, a global convergence of business, technology, and education. The name itself is covering so many things, and sustainability word is covering all those things. I extend my heartfelt greetings to all the brilliant minds gathered here from across the globe. So many people have been connected with us through internet, through Zoom connection also. This conference serves as a vibrant platform for all intellectual exchange, fostering innovation and collaboration across the multiple disciplines. In today's rapidly evolving world, the integration of knowledge from diverse fields is more crucial than ever. Education, technology, and management all are collaborating at every place, or every day. By bringing together researchers, academicians, industry experts, through thought leaders, we aim to create a space where ideas flourish, solutions emerge, and new partnerships are forged. At IPM, we are deeply committed to academic excellence, research, and innovations, as ma'am has already told this in her speech and words. I admire all these words. We believe that knowledge knows no boundaries. And this conference embodies our vision of promoting interdisciplinary dialogue to address the challenge of the modern world through thought-provoking discussions, insightful presentations, and engaging networking sessions. We hope to inspire new perspectives and drive impactful change. I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speakers, panelists, and participants of valuable contributors. Also extend my appreciation to the organizing committee whose relentless efforts have made this event possible. I encourage each of you to make the most of this conference, exchange ideas, challenge perspectives, and explore new opportunities. Together, let us embark on a journey of learning, discovery, and transformation. I stick on the word journey of transformation. For my young researchers and the students who are sitting here, please be attentive all the words which the leaders are here, which they are saying, asking you, or you can ask them about the word sustainability. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the productive and encouraging and enriching experience. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Moving ahead, now I would like to request Mr. Rahul Agarwal, Executive Director, GMA Ghaziabad, for his address. Sir has been an unwavering support to IPEM in organization of MIC, and so has been the contribution of GMA. Sir holds plethora of experience in this particular field and is a stalwart and an inspiring leader. Sir, I welcome you for your welcome address.
Morning to all. I was not expecting that I would be invited to address your gathering. Anyways, respected dignitaries on the dais, scholars, and dear students. The sustainability word has a large meaning, as I understand. We have defined the SDG goals, 17 goals. So this describes the global perspective of sustainability. I will not go to all the 17 goals, but which are relevant, I will let you know. Depending on this topic today. SD goal number 4, the quality education. Goal number 7 on energy. Goal number 8, economic growth. Goal number 9, innovation, industry and infrastructure. Goal number 13, climate. Goal number 17 is very, very important. That is partnership for the goals. So partnership to achieve those goals is required from all the domains. And everybody is working for attaining these goals. Let me tell you one more thing. You see, our Indian government is very, very aggressively working for SDG 17 goals. Whatever you are listening that Prime Minister has formed this scheme, that scheme, all these schemes in the last 5-6 years has been formed depending on these goals. So basically, whatever India is doing is trying to achieve the sustainability towards these goals. And you see this budget also. In this budget, some of the highlights, what our Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has highlighted, that is also aiming towards this sustainability goals. For example, India has never said that they will invest 500 crores for nuclear energy and they will form one small reactors, which is a way ahead for 2033. So India is formulating the policies towards achieving this sustainability, long-term strategy. Similarly, last year, SEBI has announced that the companies who has 1,000 crores, top 1,000 companies, they have to report as the sustainability report in their balance sheet. So what is the meaning of sustainability? Suppose I have a company and my company is producing XYZ components, and other person wants to invest in my company. How he should decide whether to invest or not invest? So what SEBI says, Government of India says that if the company is sustainable, then only other person should focus on the investing. How other person will see whether the company is sustainable or not? If you are submitting your sustainable report in your balance sheet, so that's in public domain. So everybody will see whether the company is sustainable. Then only other person will like to have an interest in investing in your company. So going forward, I am pretty sure 2,000 company it will go to 5,000 company, but it's a long road ahead. Similarly, there are many areas where sustainability is coming, and companies are now focusing on ESGs. ESG is nothing but it's coming again from sustainability. It's environment, social, and governance. So ESG report is also becoming mandatory on sustainability report. Now, without depleting the nature, as Anchor also said, without depleting the nature, how you are taking steps to make it our society and the world as a sustainable. I'll give you one more example for the students. Suppose I make a parameters to be achieved in a particular area. Now you have to decide whether these parameters or these output will be sustainable or not. It's not that if today I achieve it, tomorrow I will not achieve. So every aspect of the life, whether it's an industry or it's an education institute or is a innovation, you have to understand and to take steps that everything should be sustainable. If it is not sustainable, there is no point. Then you have to alter your decisions. You have to change your decision. It's a continuous process. So sustainability has a deeper meaning, and I'm very thankful and I'm very happy to take the convergence of three aspects. One is the education, one is the technology, one is the economy. All the three aspects are coming, then our society, our world will become sustainable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with the sustainable development goals. We welcome you at IPEM Ghaziabad. It is a privilege to IPEM Ghaziabad to host MIC 2025, which is indeed a conference of distinguished and eminent stalwarts from diverse fields of management, IT, and education. So without further ado, let's set the stage open for our plenary address sessions. It is a pleasure and honor to introduce our first esteemed speaker, Dr. K.K. Upadhyay, sir, Professor and Chairperson, Center for Sustainability and CSR, BIMTech, Noida.
Sir is a widely respected and a seasoned development professional with 4 decades of experience over government, not-for-profit, corporate, and academia. He has pioneered several innovative social enterprises. Safal for Government of India, Apni Yojana for KfW, German Development Bank, Bastar Integrated Development Program for Government of Denmark, and Help for the Urban Poor for USAID. And alumnus of Institute of Rural Management, Anand, trained by the Milkman of India, Dr. Varghese Kurian, he has played a pivotal role in the development of CSR journey in India as a thoughtful leader, practitioner, and the former head of FICCI and Aditya Birla CSR Center for Excellence. Sir is also a CSR expert with Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs and is on board of several non-profits, including National Trust, Ministry of Social Justice, National Population Stabilization Fund, UN Global Compact, DNR Foundation, End Poverty, NLR Foundation, and International Institute of Good Management. He has contributed to the sector through several publications and research studies for USAID, UNIFEM, and IIED London. Dr. Upadhyay is a prominent certified trainer from IICA, SEBI, GIZ, and SCBI Netherlands. A motivational speaker, an executive coach, and a consultant, Sir has been bestowed with many awards and accolades, including titles like Sterling 25, CSR Times, Thought Leader, CSR Leader of India, Mahatma, the CSR Trainer of the Year 2020, and the Change Maker, to name a few. Sir, we are privileged to have an eminent speaker like you with us today, and we request you to please share your valuable anecdote with us.
First of all, thanks for this elaborate introduction. It's not really lecture. You just keep on doing things and things just keep on happening. My dignitaries on the dais, the faculty, scholars, and the students. It has been a long journey. And what we see today, I'll try to talk to you in two aspects basically. One is the country, one is the business basically. In our country, business is not a good word, but that's what drives the country as such. 1700, 34% of the world trade used to be from India. India was number one in world trade practically. With time, it went down, and 1900s, we came to almost 1.4%. Other countries keep on growing, and then we had all the, what we call the Gulami area. The Mughals came, the Britishers came. We used to make one time, jo hamara kapda tha, the textile, we used to sell the world. They took all the cotton from India to UK, made cloths, came back and sold it here. They put a tax on a small thing like salt. Why? Because India में बहुत सारे एरिया में गर्मी हो जाती है, so you need salt for that. That's where we came almost to 1.4% of the world trade. At the same time, business, it was always charity in India. आप किसी भी धर्म में चले जाइए. Hindus, the Vedas say you give. Muslims, Zakat, it says you give. In Sikhism, Dashant, 1/10 of your part. We have always been giving. But with all these things, the gap kept on increasing, the gap between the rich and the poor, the haves and the have-nots. At this point of time, 1% of the population owns 56% of the assets, 10%, 74%, and bottom 50%, just 5%. That's where it was decided. And then the government also admitted they can't do, we are a welfare state. The government admitted we cannot do welfare of everybody. That's where we made mandatory what you call corporate social responsibility. From 1st April 2014, all the 1,000 top companies, they have to spend 2% of their net profit on corporate social responsibility as per clause 135 of the Company Act 2015. That means it's mandatory now. As a company, you like it, you don't like it, you have to do it. And that's where we are different from the world also now. CSR, it's a broad word. It means doing good for your employees, labor, obeying human rights, and then inclusive growth. What Madam was talking about was inclusive growth. when we talk schemes like Unnat Bharat, because they are needed as such. But as somebody said, two men look after the same bar. Two men look out of the same bar, one sees the mud, other the stars. We are at a crossroad, practically everything. I can talk for hours when it comes to paradigm shift. You just saw US had an election and Trump, US, they are withdrawn from, they started with WHO, now from all the companies practically. Yesterday, if you see the news, they said they are withdrawing, they closed down. उन्होंने ताला लगा दिया US aid पे. They give millions and trillions of rupees all over the world. We have Ukraine war. We have problem in Gaza. Everybody is fighting with everybody. And then we also talk about sustainability. Sustainability looks like a good word. I can talk to you for hours about, but that's my subject. But when I really think about it, we are at a crossroad. The world is warming up. I belong to hills. हमारे यहाँ कभी कभी बादल फटता था, अब अक्सर बादल फटता है. जब गर्मी होती है तो खूब गर्मी होती है, और जब सर्दी होती है तो आपने देखा एकदम खूब पीक पे आती है, फिर चली जाती है, फिर आती है, फिर जाती है, फिर आती है, फिर जाती है. तो ये सब ड्रामा चलता रहता है. It's not a drama basically. It's climate change, everything is changing. And friends, let's know one thing, we are already late. हम लोग कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं, यूएन की कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं, बड़े बड़े लोग आते हैं, कॉन्फ्रेंस ऑफ पार्टीज, सब बड़े बिजनेसमैन आते हैं, सब गवर्नमेंट आती हैं, सब एनजीओ आते हैं. वी टॉक अबाउट इट, बट वी हैव ऑलरेडी क्रॉस 1.5 डिग्री. अब बहुत कुछ जाने ऑफिस है नहीं. This where it becomes very important to have conferences like this, where we can talk, discuss, and more so involve people. It's individual responsibility. If we are all done that, it's already too late. But at the same time, 21st century, a lot was talked about the sustainability in UN also. So, US, why we talk always about US? Everything is driven by money. पैसा किसके पास है? 3 days back, you saw the budget. बजट में मैक्सिमम पैसा कहां से आता है? Yes. What we do, 35% of the we pay basically. हम पहले लोन लेते हैं, उसका इंटरेस्ट चुकाते हैं. That's what the number one item is. Where the money is there. अरे गरीबी जरूरी हो सकती क्या? सबको पैसा दे दो. That's communist. Why they paid? Russia, every country paid. तो चोरी चल नहीं पाई. It's not possible. दो हम लोग free base को बहुत लाइक करते हैं, लेकिन it cannot continue like that. So what is practically happening is we talk about sustainability, we talk about sustainable development, and then, as my fellow said, we are talking about ESG and all. But practically, we are doing very little to achieve what we want to do. It's individual responsibility. In report 1981, they said our temperature. या तो हम लोग सब सर्वाइव करेंगे या सब डूब जाएंगे. That was what was manifested by. Boundaries don't matter. जो वायरस आएगा तो सबके पास आएगा. Then what we were discussing last time at UN, it was working together. What he said just now, it's about Sustainable Development Goal 17, which is called participation. या तो हम सब लोग इकट्ठा करें, नहीं तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Sustainability, when you define it, it's a very simple definition. The first definition was by Berlin Commission, and it said that to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. UN Government Goal says, leave no one behind. अगर कोई भी पीछे रह जाएगा तो आप भी आगे नहीं जा पाएंगे. That's where I think this type of conferences and all, these are very important. So friends, let's discuss, let's collaborate, and let's change this world. Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your views not only on the historical perspective but also on the international perspective. It surely gave us all a holistic understanding of the theme.
Education is the foundation upon which sustainability thrives. It is an honor to introduce Professor Dr. Kaushal Kishore, a distinguished academician leading educational reforms and pedagogical advancements at Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Sir, in his past assignments, has served as the Dean of the School of Education as well as Head of Department of Teacher Education at the Central University of South Bihar, Gaya, where he was entrusted with the responsibilities as that of Chief Proctor, Coordinator of the National Resource Center for Education, established by the Ministry of Education, and has developed 2 MOOCs for teacher educators through the SWAM platform under the URPIT scheme. With more than 2 decades in academia and research, Professor Kishore has delivered over 400 lectures, published over 60+ research papers, books, and also holds registered patents to his name. Sir also presides over as the Joint Secretary and a member of the Executive Indian Association of Teacher Educators, IATE, and recent committee of the NCT. So we request you to please grace the stage and share your valuable views on the role of education in a sustainable future. Let's welcome Sir with a round of applause.
थैंक यू. सभी के अंदर विराजमान ईश्वर को प्रणाम करता हूँ. I'm so sorry to disturb the order. और मैं अभी क्षमा मांग लेता हूँ. एक बार दृष्टा करूंगा कि मैं बोलने के बाद मंच से चला जाऊंगा. So sir, thank you IPEM for organizing this wonderful conference. Particularly the idea of this conference regarding multidisciplinarity. NEP 2020, as we know, that nowadays we are implementing this. बेटा पीछे परेशान मत हो आप लोग. मैं सिर्फ 10 मिनट बात करूंगा. 2 मिनट बैकग्राउंड की बात करूँ, फिर 5 मिनट आपसे बात. आप ही है ऑडियंस मेरे, बाकी सब ज्ञानी लोग हैं, उनसे क्या बात करूंगा. इससे ज्यादा आप ही से बात. So this NEP 2020 is talking about multidisciplinarity, and that is actual requirement. I hope and I believe that conferences like this, which are based on multidisciplinary concept, will actually bring the concept of multidisciplinarity in the institutions of higher education. Universities are supposed to be multidisciplinary institutions, but actually they are not. In India, हमारे पास हैं डिपार्टमेंट्स अलग अलग, लेकिन सब डिपार्टमेंट अपने अपने अंदर आइसोलेटेड ग्रुप्स में काम करते हैं. One department doesn't know what exactly other department is doing. This is not an idea of multidisciplinarity. इससे अच्छा तो फिर हम बना देते यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ फिजिक्स, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स. क्या जरूरत थी यूनिवर्सिटी में एक में सारे डिपार्टमेंट खोलने की? Until unless they are interacting with each other, they are sharing their learning. Key universities, and I'm talking is on my experiences in a previous organization where I was chairing NEP task force, and when we started डिजाइनिंग और ऑर्डिनेंसेज अकॉर्डिंगली। ऐसे हमारा एक डिपार्टमेंट था वहां पर, मैं नाम दे देता हूँ, बायो इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स। So I asked my students what exactly that department does. क्या पढ़ाते हैं? Because in that department, one professor was of physics, one professor was of life sciences, one professor was of computer science. तो कहीं की नहीं बात बची. Nobody was knowing. Leave the students apart. Teachers से मैंने पूछा कि वो क्या करते हैं? They were not knowing. What exactly? Is that the idea of multidisciplinary? और इतने से ही प्रॉब्लम बढ़ हो नहीं रही है. In that compartmentalization, बेटा तुम नीचे झुक के भी बात करोगे तो मुझे दिखता रहेगा. बड़ी दिक्कत है. टीचर है ना हम लोग, वही नजर जाती है. टीचर एजुकेशन में यही सब सिखा रहे होते हैं. मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरिटी उतने से बात नहीं बनती. Within this division of isolation of disciplines, और जो कि हमने बोरो किया, अगर आप हिस्ट्री ऑफ डिसिप्लिन्स में जाएं तो यूएस में 1800 समथिंग 90 के आसपास जब वो डिवीजन शुरू हुआ 1880 के आसपास में, those people realized very soon कि हमने गलत कर दिया वो डिवीजन, जब हिस्ट्री, पॉलिटिकल साइंस, सोशियोलॉजी अलग होना शुरू हुए. लेकिन हमने डिवीजन किया, न केवल डिवीजन किया, वी क्रिएटेड सूडो हायरार्की. इसीलिए तो हमको कह लगता है कि मेरा डिसिप्लिन, मैं तो फला सब्जेक्ट का गुरु से कुछ आता है. among your students ऐसा भी होगा ना कि मैं किस प्रोग्राम में पढ़ूं. अच्छा तुम बीएड वाले हो? हाँ. This mentality is happening. And one more experience, I was taking a meeting of the NEP task force there. So all deans were present there. So the meeting was supposed to end by 3. तो मुझसे एक डीन साहब ने कहा वो कि सर हमको क्लास लेने जाना है, थोड़ा पहले फ्री कर दीजिए. तो मैंने कहा सर 3 बजे से मेरी भी क्लास है. तो मैंने कहा कि नहीं उनको सर पढ़ के जाना पड़ता है. What do you think? बाकी डिसिप्लिन वाले बिना पढ़े पढ़ाते हैं. This pseudo hierarchy, this so-called mentality. और अगर ये है प्रॉब्लम, अगर आप ये कहते हो तो फिर खड़े बनो. If I am a nuclear scientist and I say I'm not a person of language, I am a nuclear scientist, तो ठीक है मैं बात करना बंद करूं? Stop speaking because you are using language. On the other side, if I am a language person, if I say I am a person of language, I do not know mathematics, तो ठीक है बाजार में जाओ, सब्जी वाले से सब्जी खरीदो 20 रुपए की, 100 का नोट दो और दे के चले आओ. Because you don't know mathematics. How will you take 80 rupees back? That requires mathematics. The situation is the society, the human life works in multidisciplinarity. The society exists in multidisciplinarity. So, I congratulate IPEM for this idea of multidisciplinary conference, and I'm happy to learn today one more emotional connect with this IPEM. I came to know that the founders of IPEM belong to Khurja and NRC College. I'm an alumni of NRC College. I do come from Khurja. So just wonderful connection, and I'm happy to be here. The idea, बच्चे जो आपकी बात है, what exactly education का रोल क्या है सस्टेनेबिलिटी में? एक बहुत मोटा सा आइडिया सस्टेनेबिलिटी. जो चीज एक बार आप शुरू करें वो चलती रहे, ये सस्टेनेबिलिटी. सिंपल मामला. किसी चीज को लॉन्च करना, स्टार्ट करना आसान है, तो कंटिन्यूटी में बनाए रखना चैलेंज. नई चीज आप कुछ भी लॉन्च कर सकते हैं, हम कोई मिशन कोई अभियान लॉन्च कर दें, लेकिन उसकी कंटिन्यूटी बनाए रखना, उसको सस्टेनेबल बनाए रखना, उसको चलते रहना, और ऐसा कि वो सेल्फ सस्टेनेबल हो जाए, ये चैलेंज. और ये सारी चीजों में लागू है बात. एजुकेशन का क्या रोल होगा? मैं एजुकेशन, आई डू कम फ्रॉम दैट सब्जेक्ट, तो जो हर कोई इसका एक्सपर्ट है सिवाय एजुकेशन वालों को छोड़ के. हम टीचर एजुकेटर्स वी आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम दिस प्रॉब्लम. What exactly teacher education or education need to do? We are nowadays talking about chat GPT. बड़े परेशान हैं सारे टीचर्स, बच्चे असाइनमेंट लिखवाते हैं chat GPT से. क्या गलत है क्या? नहीं. प्रॉब्लम क्या? आप मेरी बात से अब डिसएग्री कर सकते हैं टीचर्स. मैं भी कुछ महीने पहले तक डिसएग्री करता था. But if we want to be sustainable, we have to accept the realities. Chat GPT या कोई भी इस तरह के सॉफ्टवेयर, AI based, generative AI based technologies they are realities of today's world. You cannot escape yourself. You cannot run away from. The idea of sustainability आज कि उसको accommodate करने का रास्ता निकालें. आप अपनी pedagogical approaches change करिए. आप अपनी evaluation के approaches change करिए. आप टेक्नोलॉजी नए स्टेज में है और आप अभी पुराने सिस्टम से पेपर पेंसिल में वो टेस्ट क्वेश्चन लिखवा के चेक करेंगे, नहीं चलेगा. वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन दिस, क्योंकि उसको आप छोड़ के नहीं चल सकते. और आप ये समझिए, वैल्यूज, एटीट्यूड, बहुत सारी चीजें, सब डायनामिक प्रोसेस. यू कैन नॉट कीप ऑन बीटिंग द बुश अराउंड कि भाई पुरानी वैल्यूज, हमारे संस्कार, हमारी बातें. आई एम नॉट सेइंग नो टू देम, बट यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड वो वैल्यू जिनको आज आप वैल्यू कहते हैं, जिन चीजों को आप आज स्किल कहते हैं, वो किसी जमाने में नहीं थे. दूसरे स्किल्स ग्रेजुअली वी आर इवॉल्विंग. अभी तो हमारा 10% मोटा मोटा 7-8% ब्रेन डेवलप हुआ. जब हमारा ब्रेन इससे कम डेवलप था तो हमारी वैल्यूज अलग थी, हमारी स्किल्स अलग थे. हंटिंग स्किल था, बॉडी का बिल्ट होना स्किल था, फिजिकली फिट होना स्किल था. अब नहीं है. हंटिंग स्किल नहीं बचा. Skills, set of life skills, set of values, they keep on changing. They are dynamic in nature. और जैसे जैसे हमारा ब्रेन और इवॉल्व होगा, ये बदलेगा. अब बहुत छोटा सा एग्जांपल देखिए, हमारे टीचर जो होंगे, बच्चे तो इस बात को अभी नहीं समझेंगे. आप अपने पेरेंट्स से पूछिएगा, जब उन्होंने स्कूल में पढ़ाई की होगी तो उन्होंने, उनकी बात देख लीजिए, दिखा दीजिए आप पहले. चलो स्टार्ट. स्किल्स वो करते थे ना हम. व्हेन वी वर किड्स, स्कूल में हम लोग पढ़ते थे तो हमको रटाई जाती थी देशों की करेंसीज क्या है, हमको रटाई जाती थी स्टेट्स की, देशों की कैपिटल्स क्या है. अब बच्चों के सिलेबस में वो नहीं है. व्हाई डिड दे चेंज इट? इसकी जरूरत क्यों नहीं बची है? बिकॉज द एडवांसमेंट ऑफ नॉलेज, द अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. अब ब्रेन ने, आपने तय किया कि ब्रेन को उस चीज में लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है जो चीज फिंगर टिप पर अवेलेबल है. तो यू अपडेट योरसेल्फ, यू अपडेट योर करिकुलम, ब्रिंग दोस थिंग्स इन करिकुलम जिनको अब ज्यादा जरूरत है, जिनकी अब लेटेस्ट जरूरत है. आपने कभी गौर किया कि जो हमारे जनरेशन ने 9th में पढ़ा, वो मैथ्स में या किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में, वो 6th, 7th, 8th के सिलेबस में है. क्यों? जैसे जैसे ब्रेन इवॉल्व होगा, उसकी इवोल्यूशन की स्पीड और तेज होगी. अगर हम 7% पर हैं तो 8% पहुंचने में जितना टाइम लगेगा, 8 से 9 पहुंचने में उतना कम लगेगा. जब एक दिन 15% पर पहुंच जाएंगे तो 16 पहुंचने में हमको पहले से ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा. बढ़ती जाएगी, एक्सलरेट होती जाएगी, चीजें और ज्यादा रिडंडेंट होती जाएंगी. वी हैव टू बी फास्ट टू बी सस्टेनेबल. दैट क्या जरूरी है, किस पर फोकस करना है, किसको छोड़ना है. अब एआई से लड़ने का टाइम चला गया, चैट जीपीटी से लड़ने का टाइम एकेडमिक्स में चला गया. वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट एंड फाइंड आउट द वेज, एज आई सेड, पेडागोजिकल एंड इवैल्यूएशन टूल्स जो उसमें काम कर सकते. और ऑब्वियसली ये हम लोगों की जिम्मेदारी है, टीचर्स की, रिसर्चर्स की तरफ उंगली उठा रहा हूं, लेकिन इस रास्ते की हमको जरूरत है. बच्चों के लिए इतनी सी बात कि आप चैट जीपीटी यूज तो करते हैं, बट बेटा थोड़ा सा, एक कहावत है ना पुरानी कि बंदर के हाथ में तलवार दो तो अपने हाथ पर काटेगा, सैनिक के हाथ में तलवार दो तो दुश्मन के सिर काटेगा. टेक्नोलॉजी लाइक दैट तलवार. आप बंदर बनोगे तो अपने ही नुकसान, सैनिक बनोगे उसका यूज कर पाओगे प्रॉपरली, और आने वाले टाइम का जो डर है वो जल्दी ही सही हो जाएगा जिस दिन चैट एआई अपना कोड खुद लिखने लगे. आपको पता है रिसेंटली गूगल के एक बहुत बड़े टेक्नोलॉजी पर्सन ने रिजाइन किया, एंड देन उनका एक इंटरव्यू बड़ा वायरल हुआ, एंड ही वाज सेइंग दिस. डर ये है कि जब एआई अपना कोड लिखे, और लिखेगी एक दिन होगा, तो द फास्टर एआई इज लर्निंग. आप बात करिए 4 दोस्त आपस में, फिर गूगल पर सर्च करिए तो जो आप बात कर रहे थे वो सर्चिंग में पहले आने. इट इज रेगुलरली कंटिन्यूअसली एनालाइजिंग यू, योर बिहेवियर. एक ही तरीका है कि आप भी फास्ट होइए, अकोमोडेट करिए, एडॉप्टिव बनिए, तभी आप सस्टेनेबिलिटी की तरफ चलेंगे. लकीर पीटना बंद करिए, अच्छी चीजों को भी वैल्यू करिए, कुछ चीजें एसेंशियल हैं उनको भी वैल्यू करिए, लेकिन साथ में मॉडर्न चीजों को भी अडॉप्ट करिए. मेरी शुभकामनाएं, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर यहाँ बुलाने के लिए। मैं एक बार फिर आप सबको धन्यवाद करते हुए फिर क्षमा चाहता हूँ कि मैं निकल जाऊंगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the role of sustainability in education and the challenges faced thereof. We truly agree that integrating and accommodating technology and AI in the right manner is the need of the hour to develop our skills and broaden our knowledge spectrum.
With the same momentum, we have Dr. Alok Agarwal, Professor, School of Computer Sciences, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dehradun. Sir has earned a PhD degree in mobile computing area from IIT Roorkee and has an impractical experience of over 26 years in teaching as well as software development. In his current role also, Sir heads the IQAC and PG courses as professor in charge. In his past assignments, Sir has worked as professor and director with JP Group of Institutions, professor and dean with Chandigarh University, Mohali, to name a few. Sir is a learned academician, an able administrator, and a profound researcher who has been listed in world's 2% top researchers in 2023 by Stanford University, USA.
I think that requires a more louder applause. Pratap.
He has published his work in areas entailing Internet of Things, machine learning, computer networks, and wireless sensor networks, with over 250 research papers with SCI and Scopus Index publications, 5 patents, and books. Sir has also been the research supervisor for research scholars pursuing PhD, who has and also has chaired various sessions at national and international conferences. I request you, sir, to please take the center stage for enlightenment.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Dignitaries over to the dais and all dear participants. First of all, many thanks to IPEM conference organizers who considered me to be over here. Well, it's a sustainability. I was just thinking about what shall I speak about the sustainability. I'm not a person of sustainability, education or management. So I was thinking for my own area, and I thought I will say something, possibly the student of MCA and law and this, all. We have been using one machine for the last, with a very sustainable thing. That is either this mobile phone when it was over to the 2G, earlier it was print phone, or the computer, today the laptop, earlier it was into the different form. We all must have heard about that 70, 80 years back, the computers were as big as that of a big hall. And I have seen a few photographs of 1940 and 1950s where the computers were being kept in a room, in a hall that was somewhat 4 times to this one. And now this computer is there into our pocket with much more capacity, with much more everything. How it could have been possible? That of course is the sustainability actually what we engineers went for. It's that sustainability, we have been sustaining it. The very first computer, ENIC, it had 18,000 diode wall for its amplification. The very first computer, it required 50,000, somewhat 50,000. Dr. Rashmi can better understand and to this one, it required 50,000 volts for its operation. And now, how much are we supplying for this electricity board, that is 220 in India, 210, 220. One third of the countries are over 110, especially the Europe one. The two-third ones are over to the 220. So 220 volt we are supplying, and what we require for a computer to operate, that is more than 50,000. How to do it now? 220 versus more than 50,000. The only way is let us amplify. Let us amplify from 220 to 50,000 plus. In 1940, 50s, diode bulb was used for it. And the very first ENIAC computer, it had 18,000 diode bulbs. 18,000. And one diode bulb size was about 2 by 2 that time. 2 by 2 was the size of one diode bulb. And 18,000 bulbs were being used for it. So that 220 can be elevated to 50,000. Then in 1960, a very tremendous innovation came in, the discovery. That was the discovery of a transistor. These diode bulbs, the amplifiers, got reduced to just such a teeny device, having the three legs. We all must have worked during our 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th on transistor, which had the three legs, if you can recall, emitter, collector, and the base. It was used for amplification. And now we came over to the miniaturization. In 1930s, we could have a computer not in a hall, but onto our table. That was due to the invention of transistor. And when I think of that during the last 100 years, which innovation has given the maximum impact over to a humankind, my thinking always goes with the invention of transistor. So there have been more than 100 the very good innovations for the last about a century. But I think it goes to the transistor. So these things got miniaturized, and then it was the third generation which gave us IC, and that again revolutionized each and everything. Now we can combo together a number of electronic items, particularly transistor, resistors, capacitor into a single unit, just like the South Indian combo, Chinese combo, South Indian combo, having one idli, one dosa, and one kind of that thing. So it was a combo basically. And what Moores has predicted in 1972, and one of the research paper, that number of transistor over to an IC will be doubling after every 2 years with no additional cost. His last words were very impressive. With no additional cost means today we have 10 transistors, and we started when IC came into the picture just only with a demonstration that about 10 transistors can be plugged together into a unit, what that time was being named as IC, integrated circuit, what we call nowadays VLSI and many other this laptop and all these mobile phone, particularly smartphones, could not have been a reality if VLSI had not been into the picture. So we started with 10, then after 2 years it was 20 with no additional cost. Next 2 years, 40 and so on. Today, we have in our laptop date of Intel i3, i5, i7, 7 billion to 8 billion, average of 1 lakh plus, but in an ordinary one, let's say of i7, it is somewhat 4 billion transistors. You know how much is the size of the IC, the CPU, that's only this much. But this one, we have to accommodate, and we are accommodating our transistor, that is 4 billion. 4 billion, that is giving us a brilliant speed of 3 to 5 gigahertz. When we make a comparison that which thing into the engineering or into the medical or in the law, etc., has influenced a lot. That is, of course, the electronic device named computer or a smartphone. Reason being, the difference it has given, it is of 1 billion times to the smallest machine. Our frequency of working is governed from how much blood flow our heart will do. Everything is being governed by this. What the frequency of the heart is, that is 72 in a normal way, 72 per minute. So when When it comes to the frequency, it is 1.2 hertz. But when we talk about the most economical computer or the laptop today, that's having a clock frequency of 3 to 5 gigahertz. Giga means 10 to the power 9. So we can simply make a comparison that it is at least 1 billion times faster than to what a human can. 1 billion times faster. No other discipline. Like if we talk about transportation, how much time faster the people have given to us? I can walk with a speed of 4 to 5 kilometers per hour. What buses, cars, aeroplane we have. In aeroplane also it is somewhat 600 to 700 kilometers per hour. Or with Chandrayaan it should have been, I haven't seen its speed, but it should have been, I think, 1,000 or maybe 5,000 times to what aeroplane or the jet can. So, but still it is nowhere into the billion times. That is why we are using this machine. So 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, we have been sustaining it and we have been walking up in a very fantastic way. That is the reason we are using this machine still till today. And it will keep on going. So we got this for the last 75 years, speed and accuracy. What my last year's con now, he was talking about the ChatGPT and many of the AI tools. Now, next, what we are coming with, can we teach this machine? Can we make this machine to behave like a human? That is the next trend for the last 10 years. We particularly had been working rigorously, and hence the ChatGPT came into the picture. But when I think of will it be possible or not, just look at. We all must have seen a movie Robot. It has influenced me a lot. Robotic movie I think because it was Aishwarya Rai or Rajnikant movie, possibly in 2007. 2007. And what they have demonstrated very well this electronic device, that is a chip manufacturing. Okay. And what they have shown, a robot was being developed by Rajnikant. He gave a few more things to it. And it was depicted in the movie that emotions came into the robot. He falls in love with Aishwarya Rai. And then what exactly he has done? The very first thing he did was to destroy his creator. And then the creator was a human and he was a machine. That is the evils of AI. And then finally he could have a control over to that. And then he dismantled that its own creation. That is what it has been shown. Where we are right now, if we look at to this movie of 2007, possibly we are 100 years behind to what the science fiction that movie has shown. To have an emotion into the machine, we have to have 5 sense organs. One sense organ, that is eyes. We got a success over it. We can have a work meeting. We can have a number of the people all around the world. Since internet is there, that came in 1995. We can view a number of people. A number of people can see it. Can we hear a number of the people? Of course we can. That's a Zoom meeting which is going on. So over to these two, we got a 100% success. Now the third one, that is touch, smell, and taste. When these three we will get there fully with our, then of course emotions can come to a machine and it will be equivalent to what a human recreation that was shown into the movie. But how far we are? It has taken 75 years to get a success over to the out of the 5 2 spark, ears and eyes. Just imagine you are eating an apple and you have onto the web, let's say 1,000 people. With one apple, all 1,000 people can eat that apple. That is when it comes to the taste. Will it be possible? Or I am spelling something, whosoever there onto the web, all people are spelling the same thing. So will it be possible or not? That will have to see for. We are getting late. I have got a clip also. Well, I will stop. I think I have taken more time. Well, thank you. Thanks a lot. Right, so, will it be possible? possible or not. Often I think as an engineer, I also think as a human being. Nature has gifted us 10 billion neurons. We are trying to go in AI against the nature. Who will develop all these things up to the 5 sense organ of human? Who has gifted 10 billion neuron to humans? That is nature. Nature has to control everything. Possibly, we may never get this emotion into the mind. Since it has to come from the neurons, and neurons have been gifted by nature, why nature will give more neurons so that we can go against to the creation of the nature, just like a robot Chitti versus Raji. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insight on the development of technology and its role in sustainability. We surely agree that the evolution of technology is nothing short of commendable. From the first generation computers occupying a room full of space to a pocket-friendly mobile phone, we have surely come a long way, and much more is there left to explore. Thank you, sir.
It is an honor to introduce Professor Dr. Rashmi Gupta, Head and Professor of the ECE Department, Netaji Subhash University of Technology, Delhi. Professor Gupta currently holds multiple positions, entailing the Founding Director of the Incubation Center of NSU Tech, IRF funded by Delhi government, fellow member of IETE, and senior member of AIQAC. She also holds the position of Associate Dean of NSU Tech Extension and Field Outreach Activity. Ma'am holds a diverse expertise, including 8 years of industrial experience, along with 25 years of academic experience. She's authored over 110 plus research papers in various renowned international journals and conferences, and holds 5 patents that are published and are one of being awarded also. Dr. Gupta has also associated herself with many international research organizations as editorial board member and reviewer. Her research interests includes signals and image processing, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. Ma'am, we are honored to have you at IPM Ghaziabad, and we request you to please come forward and present your perspective on the theme.
Thank you for nice introduction. Executive Director, Professor Sunendra Goel, Director, Dr. Geeti Sharma, Professor A.K. Upadhyay, Chairperson, Center for Sustainability, Professor Ariel Ghaziabad, Food for Computer Science, University of Petroleum and Energy Studies, Dr. Shashank Chaudhary, Dean Academics and Conference Pattern, faculty members, students, participants, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's just good afternoon, I think I can say. It's well known. So first, I would like to congratulate all the directors, deans, all the members of organizing committee of IPEM for conducting such a significant conference on future, sustainable future, a global convergence of business, technology and education. This topic is really crucial as it highlights the need of cross-sector collaboration to build a sustainable future, ensuring that business, technology, and education work together to address global challenges. Sustainability touches every aspect of our lives. It's about creating systems that support the well-being of people and the planet today and for generations to come. Now, I'm from the engineering background, so I will talk a little bit about number of experts has talked about artificial intelligence. So I will tell you about that how AI can play an important role, and it is an important tool for sustainability. And my number of students have filed a patent, and patents are awarded for like how we can apply AI. Like you must be knowing that AI enable, like we want to detect the but how the crop is growing, but how much water is required, how much seeds is required, but seed is required. So how we will optimize all these things? So through the remote area, using AI with IoT, you can optimize like agriculture or crop assessment, etc. You can monitor all these things using artificial intelligence. So it is a very important tool and powerful tool for students, engineers to work on this and to have research on this. And we can contribute all by applying some AI algorithms to optimize these things for sustainable India. Students are working a lot on this. So like I will give you an example, like AI is using everyone in some another way. Like you are switching on your mobile or laptop. Generally, most of the people switch on your mobile with the help of fingerprint or face recognition. How it is done? In the background, AI algorithms are running. Like if you are searching something on the side, same type of product starts displaying on the screen. How it is possible? It is again through AI. So AI is very powerful tool. You name any subject, I can give you the example how you can apply artificial intelligence to optimize those things. So AI play also important role in the case of your sustainability. Like AI is used for sustainable future for enhancing efficiency. Efficiency is very important parameter for sustainability, optimizing resource management, reducing carbon emissions, and developing innovative solutions to global challenges. So I want to talk about environmental, social, or economical sustainability. AI plays important role, which gives optimal solutions across the various fields. How in agriculture AI play a role? In agriculture, AI powered drones. You know, drones are there. Those drones can be utilized to monitor the crop health and optimize irrigation and fertilizer use, helping to minimize environmental impact. So AI plays important role. Similarly, waste management, AI systems can identify and classify different types of waste, like which is a green waste and which can be recycled. And based on that, we can improve the recycling efficiency. Like the dustbin which is there in the local area, they are connected through the AI and IoT. And from the remote area, you can see what is the level of the waste, and you can send some person to empty this. Fine. So AI is playing important role in the sustainability. Every student, every teacher can play some role by applying some AI technique to optimize energy efficiency, something like that. Similarly, in smart cities, AI improves traffic management, optimizes energy consumption, the use of sustainable materials, eco-friendly manufacturing processes, and AI-driven systems improves energy efficiency and reduce carbon emissions. As you all know, Tesla self-driving cars are prime example of AI-powered innovation. You must be knowing AI, Tesla cars, self-driving cars. In the near future, these cars will be on the road of India also. Fine. So how it is possible? So it is through the AI only. It is capturing the image from all the sides and see at what distance obstacle is there. All the intelligent things are done by the machine only. So just you can imagine. Here 100% accuracy is required. Because in all algorithms there is some, 99% accuracy, but here you cannot bear even 0.1% failure, because that is the matter of the person life. You cannot say that the accident will happen, no problem. So 100% accuracy is being required. So AI is working, is a very powerful tool if we use these tools in the right direction. So energy efficiency, power consumption, carbon emission, these things are, optimized. Optimized means the parameters which are bad, we have to reduce, and which are good, we have to maximize. All these things can be done by AI. Even for climate modeling, AI can analyze large data sets from satellites. How AI works? In the AI lab, we train some newly born baby now. Newly born baby doesn't know anything. This is so far, this is my something like this. We train the newly born baby by showing lots of things. The language which we speak, the same language baby will learn. Similarly with the AI, you have to train the machine to make the machine as intelligent as human being, or sometimes better than the human being. So how will you train the machine? It is by feeding lots of data to the machine. With that data, machine will train and learn the things. So you must be also thinking of how the machine is working. Machine has to work like a human being. So how the human learn? By feeding lots of data. Like first time I'm visiting to this institute, now I'm familiar. I know this. So data has fed to my brain. And then the number of the faculty I have met, only those faculty I can recognize. Maybe not after 10 years. So frequently I have to take lots of data to learn and train. Similarly, for the machine, you have to feed lot of data to train the machine and to make it learn. So basic requirement for AI machines are that you need lots of data, millions or billions of data are required. And this is the beauty, like nowadays we have many social medias like Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, many other media, Facebook, Google, etc. So you have lots of data to train the machine and to make it learn. That is why day by day AI is improving and giving better accuracy. Because if you have lots of data, that is the main requirement for the AI machines to learn and train. So I was talking about climate modeling. AI can analyze large data sets from the satellites. From the satellites, it is getting a number of data, weather stations, climate models to improve the accuracy of climate prediction. So this helps scientists to better understand future climate and extreme weather conditions. Fine. So what is the main goal of the AI? To get the data, to learn the data, and then make prediction and decisions. Fine. So for the climate modeling also, AI can perform well. AI optimize energy production consumption by improving the efficiency of renewable alternative sources like solar and wind, forecasting energy demands and managing smart grids to reduce carbon emissions. AI can predict and monitor natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, and wildfires, enabling early warnings and efficient response strategies to minimize damage and save lives. Again, what is the future prediction can be easily done by the AI. What will be the disasters, hurricanes, floods? Initially, it can be analyzed by the AI machines also. In healthcare also, if we talk about social sustainability, healthcare is the social sustainability. Like you must be seeing like nowadays brain tumor cancer can be detected at very early stage. Is it done by doctors? No. It is done by machines. Because again machine means AI algorithm is analyzing those data like CT scan, MRI, these images. Tumor is a very small tumor of micro mm. It is in the depth also. So AI can analyze those data of very small data at the very initial stage. If diagnosis is at the early stage, then line of treatment is easy. Then the doctor can give the prescriptions and all. So I understand the role of machines are much better than the doctor. I'm not saying that the job of doctor is easy, but still nowadays the diagnoses are very important. So critical diseases we are suffering nowadays. While nearby, how many times I see suffering from cancer? Cancer is so common and brain tumor something like that. But these are also curable because of prediction of these diseases at the very early stage. And this is again the future of your AI. So in finance and banking also you must be knowing like you can deposit your check. It will be scanned and read everything. You can AI can deposit the check and it can read it itself. For the loan also they can analyze the data of the customers, either the loan should be given or not. Fraud detection of the transactions can be easily detected by the AI only. No human intervention is required. Chatbot. What is a chat? Like if you are feeding any query, you will get the answer. No need of any, receptionist sitting on the data. Chatbot is giving answer of all the queries. So AI is doing wonderful tasks in analysis of data, prediction, and decision making for sustainable business. It is used for optimizing energy efficiency and reduce carbon emissions and maintenance. So I am sure in today's conference, challenges will be discussed to create solutions that are not only innovative but sustainable and I know number of papers must be there and they will give some fruitful results for the sustainability. Once again, I congratulate you for organizing this conference, which is truly essential for the well-being of the society. Thank you for inviting me and making me part of it. I wish you all a great and productive one. Thank you, Canada.
Thank you, ma'am, for conceptualizing sustainability for us. Considering the commonplace presence of AI, inclusion of the same is not just important but essential in today's world. Ma'am, we agree with you that we must optimize and efficiently use the artificial intelligence to achieve the goals of sustainability. Thank you, ma'am.
Moving ahead with the program. Academic research is the cornerstone of sustainable progress. As a testament to the knowledge and research shared through this conference, we now unveil the conference proceedings, a compilation of impactful research that will serve as a resource for scholars and practitioners alike. I now invite our dignitaries, editors, attorneys, and conveners to officially release the conference proceedings of MIC 2025, a collection of innovative research, extended extracts that contribute to our collective knowledge and sustainable future. I request all the dignitaries, head of the departments, editors, conveners, please take the center stage.
As we unveil this masterpiece, let's give a big round of applause for the researchers, scholars, and students for the incredible work and achievement. Give a big round of applause for this achievement. We present the PowerPoint of the conference proceeding with our editors and the PowerPoint facing on the screen. Let's clap a round of applause for all the researchers who have proudly contributed to this conference proceedings of MIC 2025. As we draw this incredible event to a close, it is my distinct honor to invite Dr. Shashank Chaudhary, Dean Academics at IPM, to deliver his closing address. Dr. Chaudhary is a renowned academician and a leader whose unwavering commitment to education and academic excellence has been a source for inspiration for students and faculty alike. With his deep knowledge and passion for empowering young minds, Dr. Chaudhary has played a pivotal role in shaping the academic landscape at IPM. His thoughtful insights and inspiring words always leave a lasting impact, and we are privileged to have him to conclude today's inaugural procedures. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shashank Chaudhary to deliver the closing address.
Thank you very much, Anchor, for this introduction, and the eminent speakers of the inaugural session, Dr. K.K. Upadhyay, Dr. Ariel University, Dr. Kaushal Kishore, Dr. Rashmi Gupta, all the eminent session chairs who will be reading the research papers in the coming sessions of the conference, the research paper presenters who have gathered for this conference from all over the globe, and the students from various institutes and universities, our own students of IPM, the faculty members. It's a matter of pride and privilege to IPM Ghaziabad that we are hosting this conference today and tomorrow. And such words of wisdom, and we have been enlightened in this session by the speakers about a very important topic, and that is the topic of the conference, the sustainable future, the convergence of business, technology, and governance. Actually, in 21st century, we are facing a lot of changes in our day-to-day life. And on the one hand of the aspect, we are having tremendous technological growth, agile manufacturing technologies, lean production systems, evidence of social media which is affecting our life day to day, and a lot of changes are taking place in economic aspects. Professional opportunities are increasing, and the purchasing power has also increased. But on the other hand, we have threatening issues related to climate change and ecological disbalance, industrial pollution, social fabric is weakening year by year, and the workplace harmony that is also in danger. The sense of competition is increasing. The cutthroat competition is in the industry as well as in academia. So in this period of the stubborn changes, what is required, that is a change in our mindset. Paradigm shift is required, and the organizations need to frame policies, practice the solutions which are human centric and which are committed to social welfare. We need to learn how to see the things in totality. We need to have the big picture in our mind always, and that is why sustainability is very much important. And we believe that at IPM, this conference has established a strong foundation for rethinking our aspects, our attitudes regarding sustainability. And from now on, the takeaway which we will take from this conference will enable us in a great way to reshape our day-to-day practices and make them really sustainable. Once again, I thank on behalf of IPEM institutions all the people who are a part of the conference, including the organizers, and we believe that from now on, we will be more focused about sustainability and inclusive and collective growth. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for the.
Thank you for the closing address and for acknowledging everyone behind the bars who have worked tirelessly and in front who have been a collaborating partner for the success of this MIC 2025. As we drive towards the end of the inaugural session, let's stand together in respect and pride as we pay tribute to our great nation for the national anthem. I request everyone to please raise for the national anthem. I request all dignitaries, guests to please come forward for a group photograph. Request the session chairs to also please join us for the group photograph.
So how many minutes? Okay. I will try to wind up within 20 minutes, though it won't be possible. So I will skip many of the slides. What you will do later on. I won't be going into very much of the details, but through the slides, of course, you can. So this workshop goes through some of the aspects like journal publication process, how to write a cut paper, that I will be emphasizing a lot. And then referring and how to deal with the referee's report, that later on comes to all of us, maybe as a rejection, maybe as a minor correction or major correction. And then a few rules of success. This is how I will be going for. We may have n number of the ways or n number of the results with us. One shall be published. A few could be to add the knowledge to your field, that should have been, but practically it is not. To advance your career, that is the second one, which majority of us are forced to go for. Or to see your name in the print. Of course, 1, 2, 3. I think the number 2 is more prominent due to a number of people. Making a decision where to publish, that's a very difficult one. Since we do have 26,000 journals available to us. That makes a very big question. Which journal or the journals, if it got not selected to the one we should go on? I will go through and do it. But it's a very hard decision. Which journal should we choose for our manuscript? That's a very difficult one. But there are 4 or 5 ways I will talk about a little later. Different strategies, of course, the topic and the journal coverage. Like if I go to buy, let's say, milk, I will never go to a hardware shop. If I want to buy a toothpaste, I will never go to a hospital, and so on and so on. So I must know where shall I go. If I want either a toothpaste or a law, I must have a basic understanding kahan par ye cheez milti hai. I should go over there. The same thing also applies to the journal. Every journal has its own domain. It has its own scope. If we have written something, we have to look into the scope of those journals. That we will talk a little later. And length of the submission is also important. Many of the time and majority of the time, we always lack a lot as far as the time is concerned. Maggie, we all want. That is what we had been imposed from our institution or other research scholars, then from the university side and so on. So these considerations also come from the picture that we have to see that how much is the processing time of a journal. That may be 2 months, that may be 1 month. In some cases, it is 1 year also. So that we have to take care how long on and average the journal is important. Impact factor, that's one of the very important ones and what we are always trying for. Should we or not? I don't know, but we are all forced to go for. What the impact factor is, it's a very simple calculation. Let's say there is a journal which is making for the last so many years. How this impact factor will get counted during the last 2 years? It is 2025, 24 and 23. How many citations of the papers published in that journal came in, divided by total number of the papers that journal has published, that will give the value as an impact factor. Majority of the journals, somewhat 80% of the total journals have impact factor of less than 1. But there are a few journals like Nature, which is treated as the most renowned one. Even publishing one paper in the Nature is a lifetime achievement. That goes with 28, 3, with 12, and many others. If it is 4 above, it's treated very high. If it is 4 above. So impact factor, of course, plays a very vital role. And here the rejection comes in. You see how these journals are operated. Purposes have been edited of many journals. Like say, there is a journal who requested me to be the editor of the journal. Now, they have a particular impact factor at the time when they offered this position to me. They shall be paying a cost to me for holding this position since I will be giving my time to them. Now, they had, let's say, X impact factor. As an editor, it is my duty to maintain at least X. And if possible, if it could be X plus delta X. Like say, impact factor had been 2.1. I joined and had been the editor, let's say, for 3 years. Let it be at least 2.1 or maybe 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. That will be my objective. Okay. Now, how it comes in? When I choose the paper based on a primary objective, is it getting a citation? Will it get a citation or not? That's the very first thing that will be coming over to my mind. I have my own KRA, I mean key responsibility areas as an editor. So I shall be having a team, a reviewer, etc. At the first sight, I will see I got, let's say, 1,000 paper in a month. How many I can publish? Say quarterly, 50 papers. Of course, I will reject 70 to 80% of the papers from my desk only. I will not assign the reviewer. Since reviewers will be paid for it or they will be requested for it, I shall be using the journal resources for it. So I shall be sending just only 10, 20, 25% of the manuscripts to the reviewers. They again go with another process of rejecting and so on. That is a different issue. But as an editor, my duty is to maintain the impact factor of the journal. So I am bound to reject 70-80% of the papers. That comes from the whole process of this impact factor. Should it not? That's a big question. But it is. But it is. So that's the impact factor. Type of manuscript, of course, we all people do write conference paper. It could be a research article, short communication, technical note, review article, comment. Research article, that's different from our review article. Majority of the papers fall into this category where we often work on. That should have a length of 7.5 to 9K. Typically should have 8 to 15 pages, not like this that we are writing a paper of 30, 40, 50 pages. No one is having that much of the time, and also they do not have a space to publish it. You look at from the journal's perspective, they are paying to the web for all these databases they are paying for. They are nowhere interested to have a very big essay of 30, 40 pages. So any good research paper should contain the space length 8 to 15. That is our art. How do we compress our thing? If we may have written a manuscript, let's say of 30, 40 pages, it should be an art how to get it compressed to 8 to 15 pages. How many figures? Not very many of them. 5, max 6, 7, 8, not more than that. Or if it is possible to have a clubbing of the figure, that often comes up as one of the major point of rejection. You are given 15 figures. Can you club it a few figure as figure 7 and then 7A, 7B, 7C, 7D? Count is 1 out of the 4. So that's also one of the very important factors that need to be considered. But how many references? Many of the time we give 50, 60, 70 references. No, research paper 25, 30, 35. Most relevant one should be over there. It's not we are giving the references to please someone or just to write down the literature review. It's a research paper. It's not a review paper where you have a liberty of 70, 80, 100 references. Another research paper 25, 30, 35. That's enough. That's enough. And these are some of the mistakes that we often make as a researcher. Giving 50, 60 references and so on. Having so many figures. Eliminate the unnecessary one and so on. Review article, of course, 70 to 200 references. Here we have we can have 70 to 200 references. 5 plus figure we can go on, and that should typically be 20, 25 pages, at least of 40. Since you are giving a review. what the major difference comes in through the analysis of the very past, it came in review paper got cited a maximum. Reason being, in just one paper, the further researcher can get a lot. Instead of going for, let's say, 20 papers, they are getting majority of the thing from the one paper only. So there is a very good chance, and it is the historical data also. Review paper got cited more than 10 times compared to a research paper, which is a specific one, but it will be a generalized one. But getting it published is again more difficult than to publish a research. Publishing a review paper is more difficult compared to any scientific observation what we get. Many hats to a researcher, of course, we have to work as an author, we have to work as a reviewer, we have to work as editor, as a reader also. That makes our life very complicated. But we have to work, and I have been to all these roles always. Now, our concern. Let's say I am the editor of one of the journal. How I had been doing. I used to receive somewhat 1,000 manuscripts per month. How many issues for my journal I could have where I am the editor? That is quarterly, means after every 3 months I can have one issue. One issue may be having usually 20 to 30 articles, depending on what my publisher has told me. So 20 to 30 articles I can publish, and how many articles I am getting per month? 1,000. Okay, so quarterly I will be getting 2 to 3,000. 3,000 I have to come back to 10%. How would I do so? I have a limited number of reviewers per day. That's a problem with an editor. Can I send all these 3,000 manuscripts to the reviewer? Of course not. My reviewer will get puzzled if I am sending them, since they are the researcher, or they are the industry people, or they are the university teachers. They cannot handle very much of the pressure. Though they are all paid for it, but still they will not go for it. So what would I do to save the money of the journal? I will straightforward look into the journal's quality, the paper's manuscript quality. If it is not fitting to that, 70 to 80% of the papers I will reject at my own desk. I have to. I'm bound to do so. These are saying 30 papers I have to publish maximum. What I have received 2,000, 3,000. And I will have a cursory nigaah. That is all enough for me. I will go through a cursory nigaah of the paper. What particularly I will be looking as an editor, the title of the paper, the abstract, how it has been written, and the keyword. That will be my way of making a decision. Shall I further read this paper or not? 70% of the time, with the abstract and the title, any editor rejects. Title, very important. We will talk about. Saas bhi kabhi bahu thi. How beautifully they people have given a title. Tells clearly it's a family melodrama concentrated towards Saas and Bahu. That is the female. How beautifully this title has been drafted by Kapoor, Ekta Kapoor. जलाकर राख पाप को जलाकर राख कर मैं तुमसे तेरे आंगन single word higher. One word is enough, but we don't have a liberty of one word and the search paper. Higher action mode, then romantic mode. So that is suspense. One word is enough. We do not have a liberty over here. We should have 10 to 20 words to explain what it is containing with a clear-cut picture that must have come from the title. So choosing a title is very difficult. We should pay enough attention what title we are going for. Then abstract and so on. I will let you know, since time is less to me, but I will go very fast. Well, this is the overall process. As you can see, editor is at 70 to 80%. Later on, it goes to the reviewer, maybe 2, 3, 4, at least 2. Okay, and then they make their own decision. What reviewer has to make a decision? Should it be accepted? Should it be accepted with major revision? 2, 3. Should it be accepted with minor revision? 4. Unwanted, rejected. So over to these 4 domains, the reviewer has to make a comment. And how many reviewers? At least 2, maybe 3 or 4, depending on how many have how many have reviewed. In fact, हम भेजते थे, उसके बाद कुछ भेजते थे, कुछ नहीं भेजते थे. दो का we are making a decision over that. That often happens, but we often used to give the manuscript to 4 or 5. 2-3 to respond करेंगे, right? Like that. Okay. And then editor has to make a final decision. Reviewer is just making his or her recommendation, but decision is to be taken by editor. He or may not be satisfied with the review comments, or may not be with the corrections that went for. So final decision is to be taken by editor. So this is the process how it goes up. 70-80% of the rejection by the at the first site. Remaining 50% of the remaining cut, not selected by in the review phase, and then finally 10%, 15% overall gets selected. Hence, we get so many rejections. This is the overall process. That's a running of publication. Let's say it is me, and then there are so many people, and who these people are? These are like me. They are my peer reviewer. Maybe as an editor, maybe as a chief editor, maybe as a reviewer, etc. And everyone is trying to hit me so that let me not catch to my target, that is paper accepted. So we have to be intelligent, clever enough how to beat these people so that I can reach to my target. But these people are amongst us. I'm playing a role of reviewer, editor, reader, author. The same person has to play a number of the roles. So we cannot also not refute these people, since we had gained this day or that day to their position. Top of journal, review or research journal. Now, there is a often what mistake would be structure of the manuscript for a research paper is different from a review paper. This is the general structure, title, affiliation, abstract, keyword, introduction, material, results, pointing and discussion, conclusion, and so on. But for a manuscript, which is based on review, that is introduction and conclusion only, that is all it is. Introduction and conclusion. Maybe the 3 sections, this is some of the 5 sections are there. Now, what editor will cover, as I told you, the very first thing as an editor comes in, will it cite? Will it cite? That's the very first question he is asking to himself. He or she is asking to himself. Says they have a pressure. From where? From the publisher side. 2.1 मेरा impact factor है भैया, आप बने हैं, आपके 2 साल एडिटर होने पे क्या वो बढ़ा या घटा? That is why किया है. So the very first thing that will come to his mind is will it cite? And when will it cite? When it is exciting, when it is properly written, when it is adding something to the knowledge base, when it is written in a standard professional way, when it got compared with others' latest work, and there is some difference, maybe 1%, maybe 2% improvement, that is enough. Okay. If it qualifying all these, of course, the editor will go on. Otherwise, he will go with 70 or 80% of the section. Quality, demonstration, originality, well-written story. In fact, paper is nothing but a story. We must know how to sell ourselves. One manuscript written by us, other people may or may not buy. It's our art. How do we make them to buy? So there are the same content, but how are we presenting it? That is equally important to what the contents are. How to sell ourselves. That's very important where majority of a section will be. And it comes up with experience. Is there a limit to the number of authors? Often we argue? There's no limit. You can have a single author, but there should be one author at least. But how many could be? Even one paper had 5154 authors. The total manuscript was of 33 pages, 44 pages were devoted to writing these 5,000 plus authors' names. So it also happened and it got published. And some other papers like fruit fly paper had 1,000 contributors. And it's very common to see 30, 40 names in one paper. Now it has become very common. So you can have as many authors as you can have a collaboration and then you can say, okay, you will write down a review paper, you will take this portion, you will take that portion and so on. Work got divided among 10 or 15 people and then you are all working. That all is open. That all is open. Trends in publishing, you can see different disciplines there are, and on an average it takes nowhere less than 5 months. Once you first submit and you get the acceptance. Even after acceptance, it may get published 6 months later, 3 months later, depending on what the next cycle of the journal is coming up. Maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years. Okay. So acceptance, submission to acceptance. Generally it is 5 months for Web of Science and Scopus both. So we have to be with full patience. It is all needed. One, the editor may or may not have time every day. He may be taking 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 days to look into your manuscript. Then he will be assigning the reviewer. It will take time. Many of them will reject. Many of them will accept. They will also be taking 1, 2 months to read this paper and to give the reviewer comment. This has to take your time. That will be 3 to 4 months. Then revisions comes in. Revisions के लिए कम से कम 2 सप्ताह का समय देना होता है editor reviewer. Okay. Or it may be a major revision or revision could be one revision, revision 1, revision 2, revision 3, revision 4. And one of my SCI paper, I went with 7 revisions. मैं रिवाइज ही करता रहा. हर बार वो एडिटर जो था वो रिव्यूअर को दूसरे एंगल से उसे देखता था. वो अपनी कुछ कहानी लिख देता था. इस पे ये कमी है, वो कमी है. So I got 7 revision and one of that was the highest. Generally I used to get 2 to 3. Generally. One review always I have got. I have not even a single paper जो direct अभी तक accept हुआ. On an average 2, I would say. In few cases 3, and the highest what I had was 7 rounds of review where reviewers were changed. It happened. It happened. So that's a general trend. But as you can see, how many papers? You will see the majority will be coming out to 70, 75. And it's a general trend. So we have to be passionate enough. We have to be passionate enough if we want our work to get published. 1 साल को बांध के चलिए, इतना तो करना ही पड़ेगा. Right? You can see the general trend that is of 570 refereed journal. 570 refereed journal. The majority you will see between 70 to 75. Well, how to now? I'm getting there. 10 minutes. We need to wind up. Okay. So this is the title abstract keyword. Just only one thing what I want to tell you is title should be very appropriate, and title, abstract and keyword are stored in a metadata, not in the data. So keyword should be very appropriate. Keyword should have words from the title, and keyword and title words should be maximum into the abstract. So that whenever next time the search goes on people, your paper should come with the Google search. So for that, very thorough search should be over there, and then these are the straight away. Title already I talked about a lot. We have to make it compelling, and it should be of somewhat 15 words. Somewhat 15 words, maybe a little higher. Few sample. You can also get how to write an title. There are you can go to Science Direct, or if you are submitting a paper, don't forget to review in the title. And even you can ask it, give it to your colleague. These are the title what I am thinking of, which you think is the most appropriate one. And when shall we write the title? That is also quite important. I think title should be written at the very last. You have written the manuscript. At the very last, you are taking a decision. What title should I give? Okay. So let me abstract. When should the abstract be written? Abstract should also be written at the last, not on the way. You have written the full manuscript. You went through 5, 6, 7, 8 times. There's a maximum time. What it is there into your mindset is. Now you start writing the abstract title and the keyword. The most important one, which get 70 to 75% of the rejections, comes from title, abstract, and the keyword. That should be written at the very last with some logic. A few samples I cannot speak of, but as you can see that what keywords, in fact in the red, these are all the keywords what we have used in our own papers. So that should be very properly written, depicting what full work has been done in the manuscript. Just I gave a few titles. Very creative, very appropriate. Okay. Abstract, of course, that's the second important thing, and it should answer the four things. Abstract should be written very precisely. What did you do the study? Why did you do the study? What did you do? What did you find and how do you conclude? क्यों किया? कैसे किया? क्या पाया? These three must be answered into the abstract by 3 to 4 sentences each. क्यों? कैसे? क्या पाया? These three things we have to answer with 3 to 4 or maybe 5 sentences at most. Should not have 2 paragraphs or more paragraphs. That is very important. Should have just only one single paragraph. And how long? That is with 20, 25, maybe 30 sentences, not more to that. Answering these all. Okay, background, methodology, and conclusion. That should be the part of the abstract. Some of the abstracts are samples are these with the different colors. क्यों? कैसे? क्या पाया? Like this. Like this. Okay. So skipping to the abstract introduction now. That's the another one, introduction. मैं skip करूँ कैसे करूँ? Point up करता हूँ. चलिए मैं just give it 2 minutes. Introduction. You can go through the slides. The researchers who are sitting over here. You can go through the slides. I think I've set a platform, but you can read it later on, and you can follow these steps if you want to have a betterment of your manuscript. I hope it will be. Introduction also should have the 5 steps. The first step is we go in a generalized way, like a funnel. Then we go specified and a few other things into the specified. But we go step by step. And how many steps? 5 steps should be there into the introduction. That may be covering 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs, etc. But the approach should be like a funnel. First, generalize, and then specify in steps. So these are the 5 steps what we should follow. With every step, I have given a few standard words. How to form a sentence. How to form a sentence for stage 1. These are those samples. These are those standard ways. Okay, you can later on go through. For stage 1, for stage 2, again stage 2, again some of the samples. Then objectives, highlighting how to highlight the contradictory finding that often we get, but we often lack how to write it down. That's very important. So there are some standard ways of research all around the world. What these should be written, how these should be written are these examples. And then similar findings also. Then we have I'm just winding up. Third stage, fourth stage, very specific. You have to go through since time is too less. Okay, a few samples of introduction are taken in these slides. You can go through. Then resultant discussion. Discussion how it is to be given into a proper way, and how to explain the result. That is very important. Very important. Where majority of us fail. How to explain the result. As I told you that it is like a storytelling. Story may be a very bogus one, but if it has been presented into a fantastic way, the people will accept it. It's a presentation this. Okay. So concise and many other things, and thesis results, some of the samples of it for expected outcome, and how to write down the conclusion. Some samples of it. After result and discussion, should be conclusion. So we are now concluding that should align to the objective what we laid down during introduction. That should line properly. Our conclusion with the objective what we said in the fourth stage of introduction. So these linking you have to understand. Few samples of conclusion. Few other samples. Recommendation for future work if you want. Acknowledgement, don't forget to give acknowledgement if you have received any grant. Whenever we look as an editor, if there is a paper, manuscript, which has received some grant, 50% of the hurdle is over. That is often overlooked. It means grant has been given, the person should have gone good enough. That gives a very good impression that I thank you so and so for giving me the grant for this. Acknowledgement, if you have received some grant, let's say even from you are a research scholar, you have got a grant from UGC, write it down. That will ease out your by 50%. By 50%, if you are making an acknowledgement. References, we all know there are a number of different references. We can go through as per the journal requirement. Before we submit, of course. Now, just 2 minutes. How to find out a journal, that's very important. Where we often come there on. Elsewhere help we can take. And elsewhere there is a enter your abstract. Go to the elsewhere.com journal finder. Type down your text over there. It will show you a few journals which are publishing into this particular area. As I told you कि अगर मेरे को toothpaste लेना है, I should not go to a hardware shop and vice versa. I should know where can I submit my manuscript. That's very important. Other way could be you must have gone through a number of references. आप देखिए उन्होंने किसने publish किया है. You can note down those journal names. At least these journals are publishing into the area where I want to work on. You can talk to your colleagues, you can talk to your seniors, from where you can get the information which are the journals which are accepting your which can accept your manuscript. Okay, similarly for that you can go with the scope of the journal. That's very important. Go to the scope. If it is matching your manuscript, only go, otherwise not. Elsewhere give like this with Q1, Q2, Q3 also on the impact factor and how long the journal has taken. Otherwise, you can go through SCI Mago, one of the another option, or you can also go with Claviate for Web of Science. Criteria to consider, it's too long, I will skip it. JCR also we can, and JCR even you can go with the category wise also. So you can make a click and then it will give you all journals listed over there with their Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, etc. Other ranking SDR, IPP, SRIP. Pros and cons of open access. Open access is just only कि अगर मान लिया जर्नल को रन करने में खर्च आ रहा है, या तो वो पैसे लेंगे आपसे जर्नल के रीडरशिप के लिए, अदरवाइज वो ओपन एक्सेस करेंगे तो आपको you have to take the money from the author. So it's all up to you. If you want more with open access, if you cannot pay fee, don't go with open access. Referee process, it will take time, I don't have the time, but how to respond and how to give the answers, I've covered it, but I don't have the time for it. But you can go through the slides later on, I hope it will be beneficial to you. One more thing, often here we make a mistake. We do try to write down the language which can be crushed to a greater extent. That is very foremost thing what European, Chinese and American journals look for. Like a few samples are due to the fact that not to write like this, just write down the word because that's quite enough. It's very important from English speaking countries, from where maximum number of editors or reviewers are, and many others. Eliminate the redundancies also, like each and every day. Either write down each or every, that is all enough, not each and every day. That's a very long one. Detailed command, and then I wanted to talk about ethics also, but I'm running short, so I will stop myself. Thank you, thanks a lot for your attention. Are there any questions? Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful presentation. I request all the students to please be seated. With this, we officially open MIC 2025 for deep discussion, research presentations, and meaningful networking. The technical sessions will now